What's up, guys? It's Mark here at DynoTrading coming at you with today's wild session recap. All right. You guys knew today was going to be fireworks, right? As you guys know, or at least I hope you knew, today was the all-important FOMC meeting. And I had marked off the date in my calendar almost a week ago, okay? I did not want to miss today's trading because I just knew it was going to be spectacular, man. All right, all you guys that killed it today using this volume indicator, which we'll get to in just a few moments here, man, I am glad you killed it because today was the type of day that a day trader lives for. Okay, now I got something special I'm going to show you here in this video, folks. I'm going to show you kind of a different take, or maybe even what to do when you know that it's going to be an extremely volatile day. You guys know that day traders love volatility. It's what we live for. And I'm going to show you how to maybe control and maybe even harness some of that volatility using a higher time frame chart as well as a smaller time frame chart. All right, so folks, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen. You're going to want to take notes. I'm going to blow your mind right now. Let's get into it, folks. What you're seeing on the screen right now is today's price action chart of the S&P 500. You guys know this is the global benchmark. This is probably the #1 or #2 most actively traded symbol. Whether you trade Forex, whether you trade futures, or whether you trade stocks and options, the S&P 500 is incredible. Okay, and what you're seeing overlaid on top of the chart is our proprietary volume-based tool. All right, this is a simple volume trend indicator filter that when you overlay it on top of your chart, on any chart, okay, it's going to potentially help you identify the prevailing trend. All right, now you see these vertical stripes here, folks. These are something you might not have seen before. I've essentially hand-drawn these vertical stripes here just to really emphasize the color change, okay, or what you could even consider the trend change. So when this volume indicator color band turned red, I drew the stripe. When it turned green, I drew the stripe. And when it turned red, I drew the stripe again. Now, why did I do that? Okay, what is the reason for doing this? Well, let me zoom in here. All right. I'm going to now show you my favorite, or at least what's quickly becoming my favorite technique. All right. Using the higher time frame, smaller time frame approach. All right. So this chart right here happens to be the higher time frame. This is what I like to call the master chart. It gives me a big picture direction on what's happening. Right? And what I also have queued up here for you is the smaller time frame chart. You with me? So just to clarify, folks, all right, what I like to do typically, if not almost every day, I like to have two charts open on the same symbol. One, a higher time frame chart, which is what I just showed you a few seconds ago. And two, all right, for my potential entries and executions, I want to have the smaller time frame chart open as well. Now watch this, all right? I'm going to blow your mind right now. Watch this. I'm first going to jump over to the higher time frame. Let's start with this signal right here, all right? The vol basically turned red, all right? We're now looking for short opportunities. We are not looking whatsoever to be a buyer. Okay? Because that's what this volume indicator band tells you, ladies and gentlemen. All right? It tells you that when this thing is red, right, this background here, this color band turns red, the sellers are in control. And shame on you if you try to buy this market anywhere here, right? Shame on you if you tried to buy it here, buy it here, buy it here. Why would you buy it when the trend says it's red? You understand? You guys picking up what I'm throwing down here, right? I think that the biggest reason traders fail miserably, and maybe a lot of you guys also got caught up on the wrong side of the trend today, all right? I think the reason that happens is because a majority of people don't know how to identify the prevailing trend. Folks, if you ask me, this is the #1 factor that you need to determine every day. Before you push that buy button or sell button, man, you need to know which way the market's trending. And if you don't, shame on you. All right, now watch this. I'm going to get to the good stuff now, all right? So on the higher time frame, we're bearish, All right, we're looking to short sell this market. So how do I do that? How do I look for setups? Well, I'm going to take my mouse, I'm going to jump over to my smaller time frame chart. You see this red line here, right? This represents the exact same data point from the higher time frame chart. So basically anything to the right of this, I'm looking for shorts. And do you guys know how I like to look for shorts? Okay. What I'm going to show you right now is my favorite retracement pattern of all time. And those of you longtime subscribers to the channel, and especially all you customers of mine, this setup is like taking candy from a baby. All right. So if we know what direction that we're playing it, in this case, we're looking to play it to the short side, right? I want to wait for three things to line up. Number one, on my smaller time frame chart, I want the color band to change, right? I want to see it change from green to red. Check. Then I want to see the market plunge a little bit and then come back up, 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 giving me what? Right? Giving me the retracement. And I want to see a bar color match, okay? A red bar that closes against a red color band, all right, within context of what's happening on the master higher time frame chart. Okay, and so this is the signal. All three conditions are true at this point. When this bar closes, let me zoom in here for a little bit so you guys can really see this bar. When this red bar here closes, boom! I'm looking to potentially open up a short on the open of the next bar. I'd be looking to place my stop a couple of ticks or a couple of pips above this signal bar. And folks, if I squish this in and show you how this potential trade played out, my goodness, man. This indicator absolutely nailed the start of this monster trend. Folks, this was a potential 200, 250 ticks or pips. Right? Just in like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, man. Right? Now, assuming we bagged some potential gains as the market moved in our favor, right? You can also see what happens a little bit later is that the volume indicator now turns green. So we're doing what now? Right? We're only looking for longs. And how do we do that? We got to jump over the smaller time frame chart. So let me show you where that took place. Can you guys see this stripe here, right? So I'm still in the smaller time frame chart. Let me label that for you. Okay, this is the smaller time frame chart. And right here, this green stripe represents what's going on in the higher time frame, aka over here. Makes sense? And so basically, folks, anything to the right of what I see here, I'm now going to do the same exact pattern recognition, except this time I'm playing it to the long side. All right, so let's zoom in. Isn't that interesting, folks? Right? Market comes up a little bit, comes down a little bit, gives us a nice freaking color match. Okay. Now this one was interesting, man, because you really only had like 4 or 5 seconds to potentially participate, in this move. But here's the thing, if we go back and look at the higher time frame chart, right, you can see that this green section here didn't last that long. In fact, just 15-20 minutes later, the indicator turned red, right, on the higher time frame chart. So we gotta immediately adjust and reflect for market conditions, right? That's why I always tell my people, dude, you gotta be flexible, you gotta adapt fast, because on a day like today, when there's massive volatility, you can potentially catch the trade of a lifetime. Right? So anyway, let's go back to our smaller time frame chart and let's comb through and find that section right over here where the color changed a third time on the bigger chart. And let's once again, folks, use the same exact pattern to look for high probability setups. All right, so check this out. You know that everything to the right of this vertical stripe is where we are looking for shorts, and we only want to take the best setups, right? We're not going to be taking every setup. We just want the best. And wouldn't you know it, ladies and gentlemen, the market gives us a perfect textbook retracement setup, triple confluence right over here. Okay, folks, this is not complicated, right? This is just looking for color matches. Red against red against red. How hard is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you a simple system slash technique that I think even a 6-year-old could master. Okay? And folks, if we squish this in and spin this forward, right, you guys can see that the market took an absolute freaking dump. Right? For another 200, 250 ticks or pips if you follow along in Forex. So yeah, guys, I was expecting a really good trading day today, but I was not expecting it to be this good, right? This was incredible, man. So congrats to all you guys out there who were using this volume indicator today. I heard from some of you guys. I'm so glad that you guys crushed it today. And for everybody else, man, it's time to get your butt off the sidelines, get involved, or get left behind, right? The next 6 to 12 months, man, I think are going to look like this. I think the volatility is going to skyrocket. And this is one of the best chart displays I've ever seen that can truly potentially harness the power of a trend. And one last thing, guys, everything that I just showed you here on the smaller time frame chart, right, was actually reflected in the higher time frame chart as well. In fact, if I show you, right, this is where we took our third and final setup of the day, right over here. Okay, it was an absolute dream today, milking this incredible powerful trend on this simple volume indicator, and I can't wait to see how this market's going to play out again tomorrow. Guys, that'll do it for this video. If you'd like to get your hands on this powerful volume indicator, then get in touch, call, text, email, whatever's convenient, and I'd be happy to hook you up with a free one-on-one demo, really show you how this volume indicator is going to supercharge your trading. Guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next trade.